Hello, people on the internet, and welcome back to a rather short Legacies talk. Um, so I just watched the latest episode, episode 8, and I feel tired. It's, how do I put it? First, thoughts on the episode are, why did she do that? Yeah. So yeah, this episode again. The only real thing that feels like progress is Josie. Everything else just is just. During the episode, I made a rather ironic comment to myself that I think I can apply rather significantly on the entire show. So with Legacies, the design of the monsters is phenomenal. Um, when it comes to costumes and practical effects, they nailed it. In Legacies. So, that's a good thing. Problem is, with this universe, the strong suit was never the practical effects or something like this. The strong suit was the story. And the characters and how they evolved and everything in it, you know? And the things changing and how they react to change and all these things. We don't have that with Legacies. You know? The biggest strength of the show is, unironically, the design of the monsters. Everything else is just. Well. It's just, how do I put it? It's dull. So I'm just gonna get out of the text box because, well, you don't like it. You can't read it. Or can't read it, you can't understand it in general. And I really cannot translate it while concentrating on talking about the show. So, spoiler warnings for the most current episode, by the way. Yeah. This time they summon Charon. And his design is... Bloody hell, phone. What's it now? Ugh. Just... Twitch. And... Well, they summon Charon and... His design is, again, very, very good. So, you know... I really, really enjoyed seeing him. But the plot, it's... I probably could have written a better one. You know? So... Don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, yes, I have some experience writing. I'm not an expert, far from it. But I'm also not completely terrible. But it's just... You know, the entire show, I feel like the entire show, the entire premise of the show is to show off how good they can create these monster costumes. Because everything else in the show is not good. Far from it. It is rather average, if even. So, I mean, the acting is good and everything. Just that, I don't know, for the I've said this over and over again, it's just, I don't know for whom the show wants to be, you know, for what kind of a target audience they have. Stuff like this is... Oh, right, I remember. Oh, that one was a complicated one. Right? So we are looking for these things. They look like bloody hell, I don't even know the English name for that. You know? Spare. Bloody hell. Something looks like the tip of a spear. I assume you've fallen off of this one? Oh, right, you... I assume you've fallen off of this one. Oh, no. You belong over there. You belong over there. But you're the only one who shows this on the sword, right? You do too. No, yep. Don't know what that was. Oh, at the peak of the head, it's also possible position for the sign. No. Don't know why the left stick is not working. Okay, so you go there. We have this one already down here. It's that one, I think. You are the one with the two. Yes. So it's you. You are what kind of thing? You look like one of the like this one. You look like this one. So I guess we have to get up this one to find what we're looking for. So yeah, the show does not have any specific target audience. It feels like it's supposed to be, you know, positive kids show about how you should never give up hope because the main character is called Hope and blah 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 blah. And it's not dark in any way, you know, like they trivialize the vampire, the fact that vampires need blood, you know, like, and they rarely use their vampire powers. You know? Like, why don't they use their vampire powers? Bloody hell. So why don't they use the powers? They are part of the character, you know? Oh, so you are an arrowhead. Okay. And I gain, oh well, I gain a flight spot, so arrowhead. Good to know. A circle with a coin, so you can go there. Okay. Now we have the 2 points. You're the spearhead. Okay. So, the 2 we stuff down here. Two parallel stripes. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what to say about the episode more. Just, you know, it feels like they just need to use Malivore and the Malivore monsters for the show, because there's nothing else that they can do with the characters. It feels like such an unnecessary part of plot. You know? Just... It partially feels like a parody. Because... You know? They don't think about stuff... they don't regard serious stuff from the former shows as serious. For some reason. And they just seem to be stuck in their in everything, you know. It just feels like they have to write characters off now because the show's been running for 3 seasons, and all the characters still act like first season characters because nothing has happened. Oh, I remember this part of the riddle, right? You are about... No, you are correctly inserted. Great, then all we need is this thing back there. Okay. So, yeah, they go forth with the MG plot and everything, and... I don't know, it feels like they don't like MG, or they like... I don't know what to say, honestly, it's... Yeah, I don't know what to say. So... Just feels like, you know, they're stuck and they don't know what to do with the show. And that's just, it's sad, and, you know, It has so much. Let's call this. Yeah, it's. I don't know what to say. It's wasted potential. The entire plot, this entire episode, was just a parody. It felt like a parody mixed with. I don't know. It felt like a mishmash of various items and things. You know? Just like they don't even know what they want anymore. Like they're just producing because people keep watching the show, even though nobody knows why. Not even the creators. It just feels like they're stuck and they. Feels like a parodic mishmash of things, you know? Like. Caleb is still one of the most interesting characters because he actually has some sort of, you know, character. I mean, he's still far from good, but, you know, he and Hope are probably the most interesting characters. And for Hope, that's just because of how she was managed in the last season of the originals. That's all that gives her character. Literally nothing has been changed about her character. Nothing, not any involvement, not anything harsh to deal with. It's just she loves Landon and she would do everything for him. That's a character addition in Legacies. She had more of a character in the originals. Even in the early seasons, you know, like even in the season 4 when she was played by Summer Fontana by a 7-year-old. She's a 7-year-old. And I know it's not because of the actor, because Danielle Rose Russell played Hope in season 5 of the originals. And she had enormous character. Same thing goes for Rick. He had a lot of character in the Vampire Diaries. Now he's just a headmaster and doesn't necessarily do the thing a headmaster would do when it comes to Hope. More like, you know, the thing that a loving father figure would do. And I think that's about it with his character. And yeah, also he loves his little daughters too, obviously. But that's his character. Like, and he wants to protect them. It's just, it's all about protecting everyone they have from, you know, from the monsters. You know, Sebastian was one of the more interesting characters because he was at least a bit bad. You know. And like in the former shows, they had characters be partially evil, partially good, you know, somewhere in the middle, you know. That went for most of the protagonists for the originals. You know, most of the characters were neither bad nor good. You know. In the beginning, Haley was mostly the good character. You know, being just good. Or the not good in the way that, you know, we have like Superman, but good in comparison to all the other characters. And with good I mean kind and, you know, like the nice character. You know, Niklaus was not the nice character. Neither was Elijah or Rebecca. or Marcel. None of them were. But we still cared about them. You know? Like, the only real good character that the originals had was Camille. And even she went psycho in the end. You know? So... everything's possible, I guess? I don't know. But... it feels like they don't change anything. It still feels like we have the first season. Nothing has happened. They just write off characters for some reasons, in some ways. You know, I think they're writing off MG. Still, nothing of Leo Howard's character. Main cast. You know, nothing happens. There could be so much things that happen in the Vampire Diaries, you know? I mean, you know, we have a saying in German. It says, it is lieber schlecht geklaut, lieber gut geklaut als schlecht selber gemacht. And it basically means rather steal good than to be bad and do your own thing. Loosely translated. And it applies to shows and it applies to media, to be honest. So, yeah, it applies to all sorts of media, and that should be the 15th heart. And it is. Very good. Right, 15th heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, I did not miscalculate. Very good. Which means that we're going to maximize the stamina now. Oh yeah, right, it's the chicken guy. And I don't think... I mean, I want to do these legacy videos, these talk videos, but there's not much to talk about. Nothing happens. They brought Landon back. And he doesn't remember everything he has done in the prison ward. Oh, wow. I mean, it's like... It's so on the nose that I don't want the characters to evolve or change, you know? I mean... In the sequel trilogy, you know? At least it wasn't obvious. I mean, at least it wasn't that on the nose that they didn't want the characters to evolve. It just... that it feels like they didn't know how to. Or something like this, you know? Didn't feel like they initially felt like, yeah, we just do stuff. You know? They knew what they wanted to do. What they wanted to do was just bad. You know, they didn't understand the rest of Star Wars, or why people liked certain things about Star Wars, or why people hate certain things about Star Wars. You know, that's what all this was about. So... And it seems that one of my modifications is not working properly. The one where no Yiga should, where no Yiga enemies should appear after I've defeated their boss. I like the Exterminate mod so much. Oh. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, I made reshade work in Breath of the Wild. I don't know if I've talked about this topic in the English, my English, videos. But in the German videos, I talked about it and that I could not make reshade work in OBS. Just that has to do with the kind of work you with the kind of recording that I use with OBS. Yeah. I know. You want to exterminate Daleks. I hit his leg. So, yeah, it does not. They don't do much with the show, and it's just, with the original talk, we had always so much to talk about. Those videos were regularly, when it came to just one episode, most of them could not be covered in 30 minutes, and we didn't even talk detailed about the stuff back then, as detailed as we do now. Not today, for that matter. So this might be a bad example, but yep, hit the leg. Don't want to have to block this much. Okay, maybe I should use the regular arrows. Not the exploding ones. Yeah, they brought back Len, and basically it was the entire episode was about it. Then because they found the thing, and then Hope made Lizzie betray MG again after she didn't want to, because she had Josie as a hostage, and a whole lot of stuff happened. And MG felt betrayed like this, and she decided to leave the school because it's not his home anymore, blah blah blah. People didn't listen to him anymore. Like, it was fine that they didn't listen to him before, but when it came to life and death, they listened to him, blah blah blah. Well, I really don't remember if they did or not, which actually is bad enough of a sign for the show that I don't remember this stuff anymore. So yeah, don't know if that's a good idea. Don't really know. No, I've got to give it to the acting is good. I never feel like they're breaking character anything, and from a technical point of view, the show is amazing. From the CG and everything. It's for the amount of CG they use. Even with today's technology, they still need a really big amount of time and budget. So kudos to that. You know, they put in really a lot of effort in everything. Just don't in the story and the characters. Which is very bad for a show that is based off of characters, you know? I mean, I'm not an expert per se, but I mean, okay, yeah, let's say they want to change the way this show works and what this show and the universe should be about. That's great. If they want to change it, you know? For example, like, what's a good example? You know, an example where everything worked out the way it was supposed to. I'm gonna mark you. Because I think you're part of the a mod I installed. Which reminds me. Yeah, we have to get back here at one point, because there's also a mod that changes things. Back there. So yeah, Caleb and God, I don't know her name, but the actress is called Okoye, which is the only reason I can remember the name so well is because there's a character in Black Panther called that, I think. So I've heard the name before. Hope's new friend or roommate. I know I like her, but you know, I like her. She is interesting enough of a character. She's, you know, for a side character, she's almost as good as developed as the main characters. And for a side character, that is, you know, it is a good side for most shows if their side characters are as developed as their main characters. For this show, it just shows how badly developed their main characters are, because their side characters, development-wise, are still, you know, quite regular. You know, so she and Caleb, I think they have a thing. They will have a thing going on. Yeah, it's English is not my first language, okay? So cut me some slack. Yeah, everything else that happened. Joyce moved out, which I think fits within her character development. You know, again, didn't do much for the overall episode. Didn't have much effect. Feels almost like, you know, she's a sideline main character, which is okay. I like it. She's right now by far the most well working protagonist in matters of, you know, for the role she has. She's a sideline main character. She has some character development. She has her own moments. Not too much to drive from the main story, because obviously right now her story has not much of a connection to the main storyline, which is fine. For what it is, it works very well. And yeah, if they continue to do this, with her, then everything is fine and will work out. For now, at least. Her character is still good enough, you know, like, works good. Lizzie, on the other hand, feels just like... I don't know. I think I would like her more if she would act, you know, if her actions would be more fitting to her character. Ouch. And the show wouldn't be so much about just, you know... I don't know what it's about. You know? I'd really like the show to just be more grown up, I think. You know, like the previous characters, which is ironic because the Vampire Diaries main characters were... The show was more grown up and the characters were younger. Not significantly younger, because the characters... the actresses are all like... I think all of them are older than I am. And I'm... like almost perfectly in the middle of my 20 years. I'm 20. And all of the actresses I think are older than me. So I think that works well enough. I suppose. And everything else. Just add, you know, Hope and Landon are back together. Hope just, you know, is ready to do everything to get him back, etc, etc, etc. There's nothing new about it. It's the same that happened. Hope's ready to sacrifice everyone and anything. You know, at the end of the episode, when Hope has finally played everyone, like father, like daughter, to do everything so that she can finally save Landon from the prison world. After everyone, including Rick, put stones in her path, or you know, try to hinder her from it because safety reasons and such, which was obviously well intended from them. So she finally has everything in place, and then they find out, oh, it will unleash a lot of black magic if we open the portal to the prison world. And I still don't know why they're afraid of so much black magic, because it never was that much of a problem in the former shows. It's not like they had these physical, you know, marks that they would leave on the characters. You know, well, you certainly can see that this is a modded environment. I don't know if it, oh, I know which one this is. The one where it wasn't the description that it doesn't really work. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the door's not working. Where is it? No, there's this one. Oh! This is an alternative way to get Epona. Oh! Love it! Love it! Yeah. Ooh, I like this mod, you know? If it was a bit more individualized and reworked to fit in more with Breath of the Wild. Okay, you can't jump over these. You could in Ocarina of Time. Oh, there's a guardian. There's a guardian stuck there. Whoops. Okay, I think we should kill that one. Maybe that could trigger one or two glitches. I want that. I like it. You know, it works for what it is. Yeah, he's stuck in there. Ow. Okay, I don't get any damage from the explosions. Just in case something happens and I die. Oh, okay. We defeated him. Epona, come back here. So yeah, then they're all filled with black magic. Still don't understand the premise of it. Wait, we're gonna leave a mark there for this, even though it does not fit at all into this. I like it. So yeah, they filled with black magic, and I thought finally something would happen with her. She would finally let go of London and, you know, be ready to be the person that she was supposed to be. You know, where the whole premise of the show was, at least I thought, to hope be better than her family before her, and to be ready to sacrifice London to save her friends Josie and Lizzie. Some of her best friends, I may remind you, you know? So, you know, she sees what it causes for struggle, you know? And she finally decides to do the right thing. To sacrifice her will to do everything to get London back. And to save her friends from harm. Nope. Landon just comes in and saves the day. So yeah. Nothing happened. No soft development. Ah. So this is a modded home. Huh. Okay. Yeah. I think we've talked about it long enough. Like, really long enough. Just, you know. Ugh, bad weather. Come here, Pona. Bye-bye. Just remembered I forgot to do something. So we have to teleport back to the Garuda. But yeah, so I think gonna see you in the next video of Legacies talk. You know, perhaps when a new show comes out, we're gonna do this sort of talk for the new show, where with the new universe at best, something like this. Because Legacies is just, let's just say it has been a bit disappointing in the past. So yeah, we're gonna do the talk. We're gonna continue to do the talk, hopefully in English. But after this season, at least unless something happens that I do not foresee that changes things. Bloody hell. Really hard today. We're gonna end the Legacies talk after this season. We're gonna start with another show, hopefully. One that will be more interesting to talk about. And yeah, with that, that's it for the video. Hope you liked it. May the force be with you. Leave a comment, rate the video. May the force be with you. And bye.